What's up, guys? Welcome back to another episode of Coop's House. So today we're back out at the shop and we're doing something just a little bit different. We're actually stepping away from our square body build for a week or two because my daily driver needs some attention and I've been dedicating all my time to other builds in the shop. So we've got to take a break and work on this instead. So anyway, I've had this truck for several years and we've done a few things over the years. One of those things being a leveling kit, which actually caused quite a few issues in the front end that need to be addressed. So we're actually going to be rebuilding the entire front end. We bought an actual lift kit we're going to put on this thing, and I painted it several years ago, didn't know what I was doing, so it really needs some attention in that area as well. So first thing we're going to do is go ahead and get this thing washed so we can get all the dirt off of it, so whenever we sand it, it doesn't cause any big scratches or anything like that. And then we're going to take off a few things that are going to be in the way of us actually prepping this thing for paint, like the mirrors, bed caps, fender flares, things like that. But anyway, yeah guys, we got a whole lot of work to do, and I don't need this thing to be down for very long, so we're not going to waste any time. We're going to get to work right now. Alrighty guys, so we got this thing washed and bed caps are off, fender flares are off. I still have the mirrors on. I'm actually going to replace those with the factory ones because I'm still going to have to drive this thing in the process of actually working on it. So we're going to get it sanded. I'll have to drive it and then come home and then we'll be able to paint it and all that good stuff. But anyway, bed caps are off, fender flares are off. So we're actually pretty much ready to go to start sanding this thing. So remember I had said that I painted it several years ago, didn't know what I was doing, all of that. Not really that I know what I'm doing now, but I do know more now than I did then. But anyway, I sprayed this thing a white with a red pearl, and that was the very first time I'd ever done base coat, clear coat. And in the middle of all that, I went ahead and threw in a mid coat as well. So I actually had the red pearl. But anyway, didn't put much pearl in it and all that good stuff. So anyway, just had some issues. But anyway, I think you know what, that was good. Alrighty guys, so it's been several days since we worked on the truck, but we got this thing pretty much sanded down by hand with 600 grit. So that it's actually ready for sealer and paint, but we do still have a little bit of work to do. We're going to run over it actually with the DA just to do a quick once over, and there's a couple things like on the roof that need to be hit with a little bit rougher sandpaper to be taken down, feathered out, all that good stuff. We're going to have to sand down the front of the hood here. As you can see, we got a little bit of surface rust, so we're going to sand that down, neutralize it, and go ahead and hit those areas with some primer so that we don't have any issues down the road. But first things first today, we actually need to get the wheels off, get them took to town, stripped down, and take the tires off the wheels so we can actually take them to a friend of ours so he can strip those down with a chemical so that we can get powder coat on them. And we went and picked up a set of rollers to put on it in the meantime, and this thing is going to look absolutely horrible. But you know what they say, trust the process, or however that saying goes. But anyway, yeah, we're going to go ahead and get these wheels took off, get those ready to go to town.
Yeah.
Alrighty guys, so we're back in the shop today and we're actually working on Starship some more. So you guys know we've been working on this for the last little bit. So we've got all of our small parts sanded and ready for paint. The truck is mostly sanded and also ready for paint, but we still have a little bit of prep work to do there. We have some spots to prime and things like that. But you guys know we've actually been painting in the shop, hanging up tarps, temporary lighting, all of that stuff. And we were using our shop fan for an exhaust fan out the front door. Just not an ideal setup. So we've been working on something off camera that we really haven't shown you guys much about, but we wanted to show that to you today, and we finally got our own paint booth put together. So we put in a door right here in the shop so we can just walk right in. So we had a 20 by 32 lean-to here on the shop that we've actually just kind of been storing some parts in. But anyways, we've been working on this. We got lighting set up, exhaust fans. So we were just really tired of having to set everything up in the shop and then take it down. It just wasn't ideal. Things weren't as they could be. So we wanted to set something up that was actually dedicated to that because we're doing quite a bit of painting. So we went ahead and we closed all this in, lined it with metal. We're not completely done. We still have some work to do, but it's good enough for us to be able to paint our parts in and paint the truck in. So anyways, yeah, we got all these LED lights all the way around here to create plenty of light so we don't have any shadows or anything like that. And when we spray those candies and pearls, things like that, you need plenty of light so you can actually see well. So we've got 3 24-inch exhaust fans on the back here, so they'll be able to pull all of that overspray out. Went ahead and put 4 18 by 24 openings on the front that'll let fresh air in. So whenever we let our temporary door down, we are going to put a roll-up door in. But anyway, this will work for now. So when we actually turn the fans on and all this is closed up, it pulls the air through those, so it keeps a draft going that direction to keep all the overspray out of here. So hopefully this is going to be a big game changer for us, and all of our paint jobs will be a lot better. It's just a better environment to paint in. So anyway, we do have some work left to do in here, but anyways, it's going to be good enough for us to get some painting done today. So we're going to go ahead, get those parts moved in here, and see how this thing works. Alrighty guys, so we got everything moved in here, and I'll say again, if you guys have been watching the channel for a while, you know we've been setting up tarps inside, temporary lighting, all that stuff, so it was a terrible setup to be honest. But anyways, so if we had tried to do this inside, we had absolutely zero room. Like, there's no way we could have pulled this off if we were still doing that. So this is going to be an absolute game changer for us. But anyways, we got all of our small parts moved in here. So next thing we have to do is actually just wipe everything down, then hit it all with a tack cloth to make sure everything's good and clean. And then it's the moment of truth to find out how well our homemade paint booth is going to work. So really excited. So anyways, we're going to get some paint mixed up here in just a minute and find out how everything's going to go today. Alrighty guys, so everything so far is going really well. Hunter had to leave, so we're kind of changing up the dynamic of the video now. But anyways, everything seems to be going really well. The booth is operating really well. The only thing I can say is that I do think the fans are a little bit restricted, so we are gonna have to add some extra vents to let in some more fresh air, but that's not a problem. We still have to build doors anyway. So anyway, white laid out good, sealer laid out good. So we're actually fixing to go ahead and mix up our silver pearl to go over the white, spray a few coats of that and get ready to clear this thing. So yeah, we're gonna go ahead and get this knocked out, see how everything looks, and we're gonna get this done. Alrighty guys, so we're back in the paint booth today. So you guys saw the other day we actually got the small parts painted and everything. Finally got the truck in here. We spent a whole lot of time on this thing the last couple of days, actually just getting it sanded, scuffed, all that stuff so it's ready to paint. And then it took us most of the day, unfortunately, to get this thing taped off and ready to go, because we taped off the door jambs and all of that. It actually would be a lot easier and more ideal if we actually were doing the jambs with the doors off the truck, but we don't have time for all that, so we're doing the jambs with the doors on the truck. We're just gonna get them the best that we can. So anyways, yeah, we're ready to get this thing painted, so we're gonna go in there, we're gonna get some sealer mixed up and lay down a couple of coats and see how everything looks. Alrighty guys, so the truck is finally painted and mostly put together. I say mostly because I still have a couple of parts that I have to paint before they can go on, but I'm out of paint. So I actually have to order some and wait for it to get here. And whenever it gets here, I'll go ahead and get those painted and knocked out so that we can actually put them on. We're just not gonna film it, we'll just do it off camera. Also have the fender flares left to put on, but I had to order new clips because whenever I took the fender flares off to paint them, every one of the clips broke because they've been on there for several years and you guys know how that stuff goes. But anyway, it is painted, looks good. Ended up painting this thing twice because I was extremely unhappy with the way it came out the first time, so I ended up redoing it. I just didn't film it. But anyway, it's done, finally. I feel like this video is getting a little bit long, so we're just gonna go ahead and call it here. That way we can actually end this video and start filming for the next phase of this build, which is going to be powder coat. So that's gonna be something you guys are gonna wanna check out because the color scheme for this thing is going to be awesome. But anyways, like I said, I feel like this video is getting a little bit long, so we're gonna go ahead and call it. But if you enjoyed this video, make sure you guys hit that like button. Tell us what you thought in the comments, because the more you guys like these videos and talk to us in the comments and interact with us in general, the more our videos are likely to be pushed out and recommended to other people. So also make sure you guys subscribe to the channel and turn on the notifications so you know when we post, because we do have more going on aside from this build, like our cool stuff, like the square body and the other things that we have coming up. But anyway, make sure you guys do that. We appreciate you tuning in. We appreciate all the support, and thank you guys for hanging out with us. We'll catch you on the next one. Deuces.